Hey there, and welcome. There's this big idea out there that to speak English fluently, you have to speak fast. That if you could just speed up, you'd finally sound like a native speaker. But what if I told you that's the very thing that's actually destroying your confidence and holding you back? So today, we're going to completely shatter that myth. Okay, let's dive right into what might be the single most important idea we'll talk about today. The fastest way to become fluent is to slow down. I know, you heard me right. It sounds totally counterintuitive, right? But stick with me because you're about to see exactly why this is the real key to transforming your English.
Okay, so here's the game plan for how we're going to do this. First, we're going to pinpoint the huge mistake that almost everyone makes. Then, we'll redefine what real fluency actually is. After that, we'll get into some super practical exercises to train your mouth, unlock the awesome power of the pause, and finally, I'll give you a daily system you can literally start using today.
All right, let's jump right in. Section 1, the big fluency mistake. We're going to talk about why trying to speak fast is probably your biggest enemy right now.
So, take a look at this. It really breaks down the myth versus the truth. When you're chasing speed, what happens? You end up forgetting words, your pronunciation gets all jumbled, and you start feeling panicked and stressed out. But when you flip the script and aim for clarity, everything changes. You can think clearly, your pronunciation is on point, and you feel calm and in control. And that's what builds a real connection with whoever you're talking to.
I mean, think about it like this. Learning to speak English is a lot like learning to drive a car. You wouldn't get in for your very first driving lesson and just slam on the gas, right? Of course not. You'd crash. You start slow, you learn control, and only then, once you have that control, can speed come safely and naturally. It's the exact same thing with speaking.
Okay, so if speed is the enemy, then what's the goal? Let's totally redefine what real fluency actually looks and feels like.
So instead of chasing speed, I want you to focus on these, the 5 C's. This is what people actually care about when they listen to you. Control over your pace, clarity in your message, confidence to just be yourself, calmness even if you stumble a little, and the big one, connection with the person you're speaking to. And what do you notice? Speed isn't even on the list.
All right, so we've got the mindset right. Now it's time to get practical. Let's talk about building the physical skill. Yeah, that's right, training your mouth to actually do the work. And that brings us to this really cool concept called mouth memory. See, fluency isn't just a brain thing, it's a physical skill. Your brain might know all the words, but your tongue, your lips, your jaw, those are muscles. And just like an athlete, they need to be trained to produce English sounds automatically, without you having to think about every single little movement.
So how do you build it? Here are 3 super simple but really powerful exercises you can do every single day, all by yourself. First, mirror speaking. This helps you actually see how your mouth forms words. Second, reading aloud. This builds your speaking stamina and gets you used to the rhythm of the language. And third, shadowing. This one is a secret weapon. You listen and repeat right after a native speaker, like an echo, and it's amazing for your flow.
Okay, you're doing great. We're making some real progress. Now, let's talk about a tool that honestly, most learners are terrified of, but it's one of the most powerful things you can use. Silence. This is all about the power of the pause.
Okay, first things first, we need to get this straight in our heads. Pausing is not hesitation. It is not a sign of weakness. Actually, it's the complete opposite. When you pause on purpose, it shows you're in control. It communicates confidence. And maybe most importantly, it's a strategic move that gives your brain a second to catch up, find the right word, and stop you from making a mistake. So what's really happening when you use a pause? Well, a few amazing things. It gives your brain that precious time it needs to find the right words. It lets your listener actually absorb what you just said. It instantly makes you sound more thoughtful and professional. And it is the #1 killer of those annoying filler words like and All right, we've covered a lot. We have the new mindset, we've got the physical exercises, and we understand the power of the pause. So for our last section, let's put it all together into a simple daily system you can start using like right now.
Real progress, it doesn't just happen by accident. It's not about watching a random video here or reading an article there. Real, lasting fluency is built from a daily system, something you can turn into a habit. And here's what that system could look like. And you'll see it's super simple, totally manageable, but incredibly effective. Just 10 minutes of mirror talk in the morning to wake up your mouth, a 10-minute one-topic challenge in the afternoon to get your brain thinking in English, and then a quick 5-minute recap of your day in the evening to practice telling a story. That's it. That's the whole routine.
And as you get started with all this, I want you to remember one really important thing. Your goal here isn't to impress anybody. You're not trying to perform with fancy words or incredible speed. Your goal is way more simple and, honestly, way more powerful. It's to express, to share your ideas, your thoughts, and who you are.
And that really brings us to the core of it all. The secret to fluency, it turns out, isn't some magic shortcut. It's a simple shift in focus, away from speed and toward clarity. It's about slowing down to build real, solid control. So, I'm going to leave you with a question. What's the one small thing you're going to do today to start speaking with a little more clarity?